Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm Kalikaiz. Today we are playing Turbo Terror. We're playing Tolarian Terror, Mono Blue, with just 4 Tolarian Terror and 4 Cryptic Serpent. This deck is streamlined. This is a list from Luminati when he made, I think, 3rd place in the Pauper Challenge. Yep, at 6 and 2. This is doing one thing and trying to do it well. We have 4 Brainstorm, 4 Ponder, 4 Preordain. So lots of cantrips. 4 Mental Note, 4 Thought Scour to clear and get Martyrs on the table. We have 4 Counterspell, and even 1 additional Counterspell with Deprive that makes you pick up an island in order to cast it. And then 3 Dispels for 8 total Counterspells. In the sideboard, we are saying no to mono red with 4 Hydro, 4 Blue Blast. 4 Annul, which is interesting. I guess this is for artifact-based strategies, maybe for relics. Then we have 3 Gutshot for elves. And that rounds it out. We have 14 islands, just 14, and 4 Lorien Revealed. We are heavily leaning on cantrips to try to get our terrors out onto the table quickly. And then we have a little bit of interaction with 2 Deem Inferior, 2 Vapor Snag, and 2 Sleep of the Dead. This is more my style. I love cantripping. I'm going to see how it goes. Let's see if we can survive and do well with Mono Blue Terror. This video is brought to you by Card Market, Europe's largest TCG marketplace. Thanks for watching. Did you know you could get sideboard guides on patreon.com/Kalikaiz? And did I mention you can get early access to videos on the YouTube page in the membership section? And if you like these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Okay, round 1 on the play. Nice. We have, okay, I guess I'm keeping. Do I preordain first or just mental note? I think I preordain. See if I can find, all right, deprive mental note. I guess we top both of these. My opponent's doing contaminated aquifer. I'll play island, pass the turn. I wonder if they're a fairies deck. They play island. I'm gonna sneaky snack. They're probably a fairies deck. All right, let's play mental note. We draw an island. We mill serpent thought scour. So that's 1, 2, 3. Play mental note again. We have a Deem Inferior. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Terror currently costs 1. Play terror. So turn 3, we have a terror on the table, but no other creatures. I do have Deprive as counterspell. We can Vapor Snag the Tolarian Terror as well. Okay, they're on Demir Terror. They Mental Note, Milling Thought Scour, counterspell. No attacks. Alright. I'll just get in for 5. Well, I forgot that the Tolarian Terror has Ward. That's pretty good. No wonder they didn't try to snuff out my creature. Snacker dies. They Thought Scour. Milling Cast Down and the Snuff Out. Do I Deprive here? They cycle a Lorien Revealed. I think I used the Deprive for a Tolarian Terror. I'm kind of like all in here. I have no action. So I would need a Lorien Revealed. Maybe a Brainstorm would be pretty good. My turn. They Snuff Out. They pay the Ward. I'm just going to Vapor Snag my creature then. Oink. Come on back. Come on back home. They can use a Counterspell. And then I have... All right, well, let's attempt to deprive the Snuff Out, picking up the island. They have another 1-mana interaction. All right. My creature is dead. Oops, I shouldn't F6. I F6'd. What a dum-dum. I thought that was like the end of the turn. I didn't even get to play my land, my ponder. I had so much going on that I could have done. I F6'd like a dum-dum. That was terrible. They play a terror and a brainstorm to bring back the snacker. Wow. Oh, man. So post-board, we have no interaction for this deck. All right, we draw a card. Let's brainstorm. Put back island, island. I think I'm going to attempt to Deem Inferior on the Tolarian Terror, and then pay the Ward. And then hopefully next turn I can slam a Lorien Revealed. They're going to use a Counterspell. We'll get bashed for 7. Mental Note milling a snacker is not good for me. Another Tolarian Terror, I'll pick it up. I'll pick it up. I think the mirror is going to be favored in the mirror, although dispel could maybe help me. I definitely flubbed it by just F6ing my turn, that's for sure. 1 single Tolarian Terror, not good enough. On the play. I guess I'm keeping. I wonder if I brainstorm and then Preordain. I gotta rattle off the brainstorm here. We have a serpent. So let's put back Preordain and ponder. Next turn we will draw the ponder. And then we'll look to potentially mental note away the Preordain. They just ponder immediately. I think I'm going to mental note milling the Preordain. and a Deem Inferior. We find a Tolarian Terror. And then let's brainstorm. We'll put back Island and Sleep of the Dead. We have 5 in the graveyard. That means my Tolarian Terror costs 2 mana right now. We're going to be drawing an island. Maybe I should have drawn the Sleep of the Dead and then shuffled with the Lorien revealed. They play a Nihil Spellbomb. Are they going to crack it? They brainstorm. So if they go to my turn without cracking the Spellbomb, I just slap down the Tolarian Terror. I feel like you have to crack it here. They do crack it. All right, I'm going to ponder then. Island, Island, Vapor Snag. So we'll draw the Vapor Snag. Lay out my island, pass the turn. Set an upkeep stop. Cycle the Lorien revealed on my upkeep. They thought scour themselves to clear the brainstorm. Okay, I'm not sure I can fight over that. They play an Ice Tunnel. Alright, let's just cycle the island now. Grabbing island. So not drawing 2 lanes in a row, hopefully. Play an island. Okay. Passing it over. Island for the opponent. It's the Spider-Man meme. We're staring at each other here. My turn. Island. Maybe I should have just tried to draw it into Hardcast and Lorien revealed. They go for a Tolarian Terror. I will attempt to counterspell. They go dispel. Okay. So if they don't make a land drop, they play another Tolarian Terror. Alright. And we have 1, 2, 3. We'll Vapor Snag a Tolarian Terror. Paying the ward. My creatures cost 3 mana. I can just put a Sleep of the Dead in the graveyard. I can play both of my creatures. 1, 2, 3. Tolarian Terror. Cryptic Serpent. I guess I probably want to try to trade the... Okay, never mind. They have the Snuff Out. And an Extracted Confession. Brutal. They play out their Tolarian Terror. I'll Thought Scour myself. I think this deck is probably meant to shine versus mono red. Let's try Preordain. Maybe looking for a dispel. Brainstorm, Mental Note. Let's go Brainstorm. Okay. Put back Mental Note, Ponder. We'll cast a Tolarian Terror. And we'll cast a Cryptic Serpent. The goal being to trade 1 Terror with my Cryptic Serpent. They cast a Murmuring Mystic. That's not good for me. And a Snuff Out. Going to 11. They get in for 10. I don't think I can win. Not having the Mystic in the mirror here is going to kill me. Yeah, we'll just move on to round 2. Round 2. We have cantrips and we have a Terror. Let's attempt to keep. I think we are looking for a second land. Put it on mono red. Alright, so I'm looking to find an island so I can hold Counterspell. We probably have to shuffle this. We found an island. Opponent turn 2 Faithless Looting, so they didn't have the turn 1 looting. They're looking for a land, probably. Okay, they're on Rakdos. Let's play island and just pass. Since they didn't find a land drop, we'll just counterspell their cantrips for a bit. They play a Bajuka Bog. Maybe they're holding on to that. Let's cycle the Lorien. We'll cast a Preordain. Spell Island. They don't have a lot of instants. Maybe they will. We're not really getting closer to these terrors, though. I think I'm gonna bottom both of these. Play Island. This Lorien revealed is better for the terror. They plot a robbery. I'll Island cycle. Take my turn. Land. We will pass. So I've got Brainstorm. Likely going to counterspell the Highway Robbery. Plays another mountain. Plays a Vampire's Kiss. I'll counterspell. They don't play anything. We'll Brainstorm. That puts 5 in the graveyard. We don't need the Sleep of the Dead right now. And maybe we don't need the Ponder. And then I will cycle. Put 6 in the graveyard. I get to plop down double Terror. Triple Terror. Oh, geez. Terror. 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 Okay. That was nice. Wow. Kapow. I've got 15 power on the table. What are we going to do about it? They cast a Highway Robbery. I think I'm going to go Counterspell. Grab the prize, pitching a Kitchen Imp. They've got a 2-2. Their Snacker returns. And then they Jagged Barons, putting me to 17. They do attack me to 15. Let's Brainstorm. We have Sleep of the Dead. So we can put back maybe Preordain. Sleep of the Dead on the Snacker. Sleep of the Dead on the Kitchen Imp. And we just attack it for 15. They take their turn, then we attack it for 15 again, and they saw the writing on the wall. Sweet. Okay, so this is a Blue Blast matchup, I do believe. We also kind of are interested in the Annuls, huh? I don't know how many blasts they're going to bring in. I feel like Blast is just better than Dispel and the Deprive. I don't know about the Deem Inferior. I don't think I'm interested in Vapor Snag. I think I just cut the Deem Inferior as well, and then there's my 8 Blast coming in. The other thing is we do have to watch out for the Nile Spell Bombs, but it feels like we can rebuild pretty quickly. We got some blasts. I'll keep. My opponent might have Edict effects or cast downs or something like that. Let's play a land and pass the turn so that we can counter a turn 2, grab the prize. I don't go Nile Spellbomb. Alright. I'll play land. Pass the turn. I think I'm just going to go for like a flurry of spells at some point. They plot a highway robbery. I suppose I will brainstorm. Sleep of the Dead and a Counterspell and a Lorien. We don't need the Sleep of the Dead right now. I'll put the Lorien on top and then take a draw. Play the island and pass the turn. We play Jagged Barrens, 3 cards in hand. Passing, all island cycle. Grabbing an island. We draw an island. Play it. 2 in the graveyard. This costs 5 right now. I'll try a Ponder. Island, Ponder, Preordain. I'll take the cantrips. Send it over. They refuse to do anything. I'll play my island. We know there's an island on top of the deck. They're just storing up stuff. I guess if we're both just sitting here, I'll do that. 4. I think if I Mental Note here, they are forced to crack the Spell Bomb. So let's cast Mental Note. And then cast a Tolarian Terror. Now they crack the Spell Bomb, which is fine at this point. We got our terror on the table. We didn't lose any other terrors or any snakes. I've got Counterspell, double Hydroblast. My Counterspell is there for Edict effects. I'll attempt to counter the highway robbery. They have a Faithless Looting. Counter. Vampire's Kiss. Counter. We take our turn. I'll Ponder. Mental Note, Preordain. So I would like the Preordain. We'll go top, top, top. No shuffle. We will Preordain. Bottom and top. Cast a Preordain again. We'll top the sleep, top the Preordain. Cast a Mental Note. Mill the Sleep of the Dead. Cast a Preordain. Bottom, island, top the Tolarian Terror. Island, cast a Tolarian Terror. And then get in for 5. At this point, they could Pyroblast the Tolarian Terror, but they don't know that I don't have any Hydro in hand. Okay. We'll eat a Terror. They play Jagged Barrens. Okay, we've got a Blue Blast. I'll just get in for 5. I think I'm going to try to hold on to the Thought Scour until I can set it up. They Faithless Looting, I will counter. We have a Cryptic Serpent. Let's get in for 5. I guess since I have the Serpent right now, maybe I should Thought Scour. Okay, I'm going to Thought Scour. I don't know if this is correct. Find Lorien Revealed. 1, 2. If this Cryptic Serpent gets countered, we can just cast the Lorien. I'll attempt to cast a Cryptic Serpent. They're F6'd. I'll draw 3. We have another Cryptic Serpent and a Blue Blast. They play out an Epicure. Now they have a blood token, so they can use that. They discard a Dark Withering, which can take out the Cryptic Serpent. They have to have another removal spell for the Tolarian Terror. They're dead. Grab the prize, discarding a Sneaky Snacker. We go to 15. They play a Mountain. Cast Sleep of the Dead. GG. Attack for 5. We win. On to round 3. Round 3 versus You're Sleeping. You're sleeping, bro. Maybe. This hand has a lot of potential. I like that. We have lots of cantrips. Good times. Let's keep. Brainstorm can set up the Deem Inferior, so that's something to consider. Put it on Mountain. Let's start with the Preordain then. Dispel and Sleep of the Dead. Well, I think I bottom both of those. We're trying to find a terror, trying to find this counterspell I drew. Opponent uses a Faithless Looting. So they can discard a Fiery Temper. They do. Bash in. Or slaps us with the Fiery Temper. We'll go to 17. I'll play Island and pass the turn. Planning to Counterspell, grab the prize. They go Gutter Snipe. So, I mean, I'm just going to Counterspell it, right? I could Brainstorm Deem Inferior, which would be fun. Get it off the table and then Time Walk them. I think I want to Time Walk them. No, that's stupid. I did it already. Brainstorm. We have another Deem Inferior. Counterspells. Let's put back Ponder, Preordain. We will Thought Scour those away. And then go ahead and Deem Inferior the Gutter Snipe. They put it on the bottom. It feels like that was a big mistake, but I started clicking and I couldn't stop clicking. Alright, they get a Snacker on the table. Discarding another Snacker and a Lava Dart. So we have to have the Counterspell situation. I will Ponder. Brainstorm, Deprive. Put Deprive, Brainstorm, Island on top. No shuffle. Play the Island. We're probably going to have to Deem Inferior the Sneak Snack. Find out. Not this turn, of course. They get in for 2. I need to find a snake pretty quickly. Drawing the Brainstorm. So I can cycle the Lorien for an Island, and then Brainstorm, and then Deem. Cycle, Island, land, has Brainstorm. Not good. We'll put back Deprive and Vapor Snag, and Deem Inferior the Sneak Snack. Okay. Snack off the table again. I'm not going to counterspell the Fiery Temper. Volder and Epicure. Okay. They chose bottom for the snacker. Important to know. Goes 2 mana. Kessig, I'll counterspell. Upkeep will mental note, get rid of the 2 spells. We draw Ponder. Go to my main phase. Cast Ponder. We find Cryptic Serpent and Dispel. Well, those are solid. I don't know if it wins the game because they can still put down... I mean, I have to probably keep these. And then I guess just Sleep of the Dead on the Volder and Epicure. Is that good? I need to get off the table. Or just take a pause. Better snipe again. That's a counterspell. My turn. Play the Cryptic Serpent. We're going to Brainstorm. We find double Dispel. We'll put back Island Mental Note. Pass. So I'm thinking I want to use the Mental Note to clear the Brainstorm, but I don't want to put cards off my hand, out of my hand. We got a Kessig. Now I'm in a bad spot. I'm probably going to get overwhelmed by this Kessig now. Alright, Brainstorm. Trying to find terrors. There's a terror. So we'll put back Island and Dispel. We'll Mental Note those away. Play out the Tolarian Terror. And then I'll get in for 6. I don't feel like I'm doing a great job here. What is my best plan? These Dispels are feeling not great. Spell Pierce would have been a bit better. They're going to be able to bring back the Snacker. I'm essentially at 9 or at 10 because of the Kessig ping. I can counterspell like a Fire Blast. They're at 14. I think next turn I have to Sleep of the Dead on the Epicure, and then get in with my creatures, making them block with the Flame Breather maybe. I'm dead. They have a Lava Dart. That's not good. Go to 9. I'm kind of missing the pressure from the Delver. They discard a Fiery Temper. At least that's a card I can counterspell. But we're going to go to 8 now. Use the Dispel. Lightning Bolt. So I think I'm dead because they have 2, 4. I'm at 7. I'll go to 3. And then, oh, I guess they can't use both of those. So we're looking to draw counters. Ponder. We just have snakes. We'll go Snake, Lorien. No shuffle. Land. Cast the Lorien. And then I can't win from here, I don't think. They have 4 damage. All they need is 2 spells. I'll let them do it. This is where I would scoop. I think we are 100% to lose here. Let's find out. They might have 3 lands in hand somehow. All right, Faithless Sitting. GG. They can cast that again. All right, we have blasts. We can cut the Deem Inferior, the Dispels. I guess Deprive, Counterspell, cut the Vapor Snags, and then bring back in a Deem Inferior or Counterspell. I guess Counterspell. They're going to be going hard on Pyros, so Dispel seems solid. If they do play Relic, it is what it is. I'm on the play. I have a Blast. I have Brainstorm Thought Scour. Let's keep land. Oops. Play Island. I think I just send it over. They play a Mountain. I think the best bet is to cycle the Lorien Revealed for an Island. We'll draw Hydroblast. They play out a Mountain. Let's attempt to Brainstorm. Sleep of the Dead can go into the yard, into the top of the deck. And then Ponder as well. I will attempt a Mental Note. It might Counterspell. Okay, we mill those 2 cards. That's 5 in the graveyard, and we found an Island. Play the Island. Now I have Brainstorm Thought Scour again. Kind of need cards in hand for that, though. Play a Mountain. I'll draw the 7 cards in hand, see what I find. Hydroblast. I think I'm kind of the aggro in this matchup. I'm not sure. I mean, right now I have a controlling position with quad or 4 Hydroblast. Ooh, they're going to discard the hand size. Are they going to discard a Snacker or a Fire Temper? Discards a Snacker. I'll Brainstorm. Trying to find an Island. We did not find an Island. Multiple Serpents. We'll put back Mental Note, Thought Scour ourselves. There's an island. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Relic, not very good. But they'd have to get rid of their snacker, I guess. Gonna crack the relic. They faithless looting. I'll counter. This seems like the worst possible situation for them to have a relic. Why would you play relic here? Now they crack the relic, and they lose their snacker and their faithless looting. Okay. I mean, I just lost tempo. I didn't lose that much else. We'll Preordain. I think I will bottom the Serpent, top the Thought Scour, blast ourselves with the Thought Scour, milling some more lands, or more, wow. Milling some spells. We have 4 in the graveyard. My Serpent costs 3. They'll faithless looting again. Is this card negative? Okay. Discard Snacker, Gutter Snipe, plays a Mountain. End step, Thought Scour myself. Find a Dispel. Valerian Terror goes to the graveyard, not very good. Land, play Serpent. They blast. I will counterspell. I still have 3 more counterspells. Another blast. How about a blast? Yep, you have a Pyroblast. My snake is dead. They plot a highway robbery. I'm kind of hoping to draw into some Lorients to refill. Play out a Cryptic Serpent. I think I hold the island in hand. I don't know if I have any Brainstorms left, though. I have 2 Brainstorms left. I'm not sure that I can take the time to counterspell this Faithless Looting. I think the Faithless Looting has to resolve. I am going to counterspell the highway robbery. And I am going to counterspell the Gutter Snipe. And then they grab the prize, discarding grab the prize. Maybe I shouldn't have counterspelled the Gutter Snipe. I'll get in for 6. They have 2 cards in hand. If I hadn't counterspelled the Gutter Snipe, I could have stopped them from having 2 cards in hand. Now they have a Faithless Looting. This deck seems to really reward having efficiency with it, and I certainly don't have that right now. Let's Mental Note, random draw, drawing a Counterspell. That's not bad. Get in for 6. We milled Island Preordain. They play Relic. Okay. Cracks the Relic. 3 cards in hand. They get in for 2. We have a Blast. I think I can ride the Serpent out. Just keep bashing. So what am I trying to counterspell here? Guess I counterspell the highway robbery. Don't want them to have card advantage. They have to block with the snacker. I will attempt this Lorien Revealed. We draw double blast. Play the island out. Get in with the Serpent. So now their snacker's in the graveyard. They have to put a blocker down or they're dead. They play out a mountain. 3 cards in hand. I have double blast. We win. Sick. Okay, let's try it again. Actually, the counterspell there was pretty good. I wonder if counterspell is better than dispel then. Maybe. It probably is, because we could counterspell their 2 drops. I just felt like the dispel was going to be better because it would answer the blasts. But since I have all these blasts, maybe I have to make sure to focus to spend my dispels on their blasts. We're going to try keeping this, I think. It's a bit sketchy. I have so many blasts in my deck, though. They play a mountain. Let's go land. Start with a Ponder. This gives them free reign to grab the prize. Hydroblast, Preordain, Sleep of the Dead. We'll draw the Hydroblast. Maybe I should have feigned, pretended that I had the Hydro on that first turn. They cast Highway Robbery. So worst case scenario, they have Snag. They do have the Snacker. Let's go land. Thought Scour myself. All right. I'm going to have a Tolarian Terror pretty shortly here. 2 mana. I will attempt to Hydroblast. They Pyro back. So I can cycle for an island, play land, play Terror. Or, yeah, I think I put the Terror on the table. Doesn't feel amazing. I do want to kill that Kessig Flame Breather, but I think I'm more concerned with the Gutter Snipe. Highway Robbery, I'm going to attempt to counterspell. They Pyro back. I'm at 16. More snackers would be worst case scenario. They have more snackers. Oh no! Gets in. We're looking for Hydros. Another Terror. Preordain. You'll bottom and bottom. Cast Brainstorm, looking for lands. Okay, put back Preordain, land. Play Tolarian Terror. Kill. Or do I kill the Kessig? I think I have to attack. They have 4 mana. Gets in for 4. Not good. This is a race. I think I'm losing the race, though, because I can't blast the Flame Breather. Another Flame Breather. We're going to have to counter. And then they have another counter back. Yuck. Yep, I think they got me. Lightning Bolt. I'm at 4. GG. I mean, I could Preordain, blast this, and then Sleep of the Dead. Hop, kill this thing. Land, sleep on your snacker. and attacking for 10. Then they would have to have nothing. And then I can sleep again. So if they have just lands in hand, maybe I can win. They're at 5. They have 3 damage on the table. They need 1 spell. They put me to 3, or down to 1. Do they have the 1 spell? I think they probably do. GG. All right, we'll see you in round 5 or 4. Round 4 versus Deodato. The last time I faced them, I think they were playing White Weenie, which would be really bad for my deck that I'm playing right now. A mix of mid matchups and bad player skill. We're on the draw. I'm going to keep... I have total faith that I will draw another land in my 14 land deck. They play an island, so not what I was thinking they were going to do. Maybe it's a mirror. We have a brainstorm. That's solid. Opponent with the brainstorm. Let's let them resolve their brainstorm before we use our brainstorm. The brains be storming over here. What? I messed that up. I'm going to brainstorm in response. Somehow I didn't have a end step stop on my turn. And we'll put back a Vapor Snag and Ponder. They reveal a contaminated aquifer. We're going to draw the Ponder. Cycle for an island. Play island, play Ponder, trying to find lands. That is lands. So no shuffle. We'll draw the Lorien. Shuffle for an island, play the island, hold up Counterspell, trying to counterspell their Snake. And then I have, on the next turn, I have Counterspell plus Dispel, and then later I have Dispel plus Snake. They play out a Snag. That is one sneaky snack. Let's cycle. Island, play island, your turn. They Thought Scour themselves, milling double island. Gets in for 2. We have 4 in the graveyard. I will Thought Scour myself. Okay, I have Dispel now. So now I can cycle this Lorien. And I've got Terror, double Dispel, draw, land, play Tolarian Terror. They have a Dispel, or Counterspell, I will Dispel back. Okay, it's on the table. So now I can either Ponder and hold up Dispel, or hold up Counterspell for their Snake. They Thought Scour themselves, milling Snuff Out Angler. I think the key right now is trying to... If they do play a Terror, then I have to counter it. They go Snuff Out. We're going to go Dispel. They didn't pay for the ward yet. I messed that up. They Spell Pierce the Dispel. Alright, no. They still have to pay the ward. Okay. And then they have their own Terror. Bad news. Gets in for 2. I wasn't beating this Spell Pierce there anyway. So let's play... Do I want to play Cryptic Serpent just to trade with theirs? Ponder. There's a Terror and more Serpents. Okay, so let's go top, top, top. No shuffle. Play Serpent. Play Terror. We'll try to trade our Terrors back and forth. I don't know, that makes it easier for them to just kill mine by killing my Cryptic Serpent. So maybe I block the Terror with the Cryptic Serpent if I can. Looks like they have a deep analysis. I probably should have put my Terror on top. I might have put the Preordain on top, which would have been a mistake. They're getting in for 7. They're at 16. This is... Put me to 8. I think I just have to take it. If they have a Gurmag, then... Alright. We have another Serpent. Or I can just hold up double Counterspell. Let's attack for 11. Alright, they're at 5. I think I play the Serpent out. If they deep analysis themselves, they'll go to 2. And every threat I have here is lethal. Alright, they go Cast Down. I will try to respond with a Counterspell. So my Counterspell resolved. They play Mental Note, milling Angler and a Lorien. Do I have the win? If I untap, I have the win probably. They go to 2 life. Okay, I mean, they would have to have... they can't have anything. They can not Snuff Out here. We just win the game. Woo! Crazy. Lucky for me, I have no sideboarding. I mean, I could bring in the Annuls. It doesn't seem good, though. You can try to Deem Inferior their spells. We have double Serpent and a Counterspell. I think I'm going to try to keep this one. When it leads on a Contaminated Aquifer. They probably are going to give us some time to set up. Start with a Ponder. The Lorien revealed can cycle the Ponder. Island, Mental Note, Tolarian Terror. No shuffle. We'll draw the Mental Note, play an island, send it over, and then cycle the Lorien revealed on their end step. Instead of just drawing the island, our opponent just cycles immediately. Grabs an island, plays it. Okay. I'm just going to pass, send it over. I mean, I could just draw the island. That is another option. A Mental Note, milling Abandoned Attachments, and a Mental Note. Do I want to draw the island? I'll take the draw. I guess this is like slowing down, so we just want to make land drops, but I'll probably mental note on their end step. They thought scar themselves, milling a terror and a Lorien. Alright, they're sending it over. We will mental note. We mill a terror and a Lorien as well. Let's island cycle. Grab an island. Untap. We have Thought Scour. Play island. I will Preordain. Brainstorm Thought Scour would be great. Counterspell island. Okay. Top and top. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as soon as I play another spell, snakes start costing 1 mana. They go terror, I will respond. Counterspell. Spell pierce. You got it. They send it over. I'll go island, play a terror. They counterspell. I will deprive, picking up island, and then slam this Cryptic Serpent as well. They could have Unexpected Fangs, so I think putting the Cryptic Serpent in front of the Tolarian Terror is the right move. They have a cast down. Plays Extracted Confession. Alright, they have a 5/5. We can Deem Inferior plus Thought Scour their creature. I need a Brainstorm to do that though. Let's Thought Scour. This costs 3 plus the 2. We'll just try the Cryptic Serpent here. Play the island. Send it over. Brainstorm. Another snake. Not good. Do they have removal as well? And they have a snuff out. Okay. I'm pretty toast. They put me to 10. We have a Tolarian Terror. I'll try to Deem Inferior creature. I'll pay the ward. And then they Spell Pierce me. That's the last card in their hand. And then I'll play my Tolarian Terror. Plays out a Sneaky Snacker. Not good. I block. I go to 5. Snacker's going to kill me in 2 turns. Oh man. I'll scour myself. Try to find a creature. We'll Sleep of the Dead on the Tolarian Terror. Pass the turn over. Now I need some threats though. They get in for 2. They land. I'll Sleep of the Dead on the Tolarian Terror again. We just didn't terror fast enough. I think I would probably want to be on Terrors and Mystics if I were to play this deck again. 2 cards in hand for the opponent. They Brainstorm. I Counterspell. Hope that I draw something amazing. We go to 1 life. I need a lot to go right here, but I did not find it. Concede. It seems like I really need to be able to use the Loriens for value. This is really tough to play. Alright, I'm on the play. We're 1-1. I can't keep this one. Or that one. Rough. I'm glad that I registered with my Daybreak account. Let's see. We'll put back the Deprive. They've mulliganed to 6. Keep, put back Deprive, put back a Preordain. We'll go land and ponder. I just need snakes fast. Snakes and dispels. Brainstorm Island. Alright, we'll keep it. We play Contaminate Aquifer. We untap. We draw the island. Play Brainstorm. We find Deem Inferior Mental Note. The Deem Inferior hasn't been good. I think I'm going to put the Mental Note on top and then Thought Scour myself. Find a Counterspell. 5 in the graveyard. Now all my snakes are live. Just have to find some. And some backup. They get a snacker on the table immediately. We have an island. Let's Preordain. We do find a terror and a serpent. So let's top both and then play the serpent. Just to tap out, basically. They go island. Snuff out. They're at 16. Gets in for 2. I think I slam the terror now. Spell Pierce has been a thorn in my side. Worried about that. Plays Nile Spellbomb. Okay. Cracking the Spellbomb. 2 mana available. It's weird just sitting back and being like, can you deal with my 5/5? I'm here. Seems like they have a snuff out or maybe a cast down. If they have a cast down, they would have to tap out for it on the next turn. They might have Extracted Confession as well. They decline to attack. So they might have snuff out then if they're trying to preserve their life total. I'll start by attacking in for 5. They block. I think I just Preordain. I will top both of these, island and a Thought Scour. Play the island. On their end step, I can Thought Scour myself, milling the Thought Scour. Just trying to find enough to hardcast the Lorien Revealed and come back. They play out an island. They can hardcast the Lorien. Plays a Tolarian Terror. I'll Counterspell. That is really lucky for me. So my best draw off this Thought Scour is an island. We draw a Ponder. Cryptic Serpent. I'll Ponder. Okay, island, Lorien. We'll put island on top. Lorien on... Okay, no shuffle. Land. Play Cryptic Serpent. Attack in for 5. I'm going to attempt to slam some Lorien Revealed here. We have 11 damage on the table. They have to manage my board. They can cast down into Snuff Out. They play Extracted Confession, which kills my Cryptic Serpent. They cannot cast a Tolarian Terror right now. They have to only cast an Angler, which would eat their graveyard up. They do play an Angler out. We'll start with the Lorien Revealed. I might draw into a Vapor Snag. I am drawing an Island. The Island, I think I'm just going to attack because they might have a way to, all right, they're just going to trade. I was just worried about them having Unexpected Fangs. Plays a Brainstorm. They return their Sneaky Snacker. I'm at the point where I'm just going to start slamming the Loriens and hoping that they don't have counterspells. Mental Note milling Cast Down Aquifer. Interesting. Mental Note again. They mill Spell Pierce, Mental Note. And now they have Terror. Second Terror. Bad news. Guess I mean, trading didn't matter. Draw 3. We have Sleep of the Dead Counterspell. Let's try Preordain. Cryptic Serpent Island. I'll bottom the island, top the serpent, play land. Do I Sleep of the Dead something? I guess it's helpful. I Sleep of the Dead on the Snacker. They take their turn. They have 10 power. Gets in. I'll go to 8. My turn. Draw. Play the serpent. Sleep of the Dead on the Snacker. Send it over. I have to keep my serpent alive. Brainstorm is scary. It's going to counterspell. They have a counterspell. Okay. So I guess it was better that I used it then, but let's see if they find a removal spell. In Mental Note milling away 2 islands. And then they found the Snuff Out. Well, GG. We'll see you in round 5. Round 5. We're trying to pick up a 2-3. Deck is hard. I'm going to keep using my cantrips to my advantage, right? Royal Preordain looking for just active terrors. Get terrors on the table. We do have Brainstorm, Deem Inferior. I don't know if that's going to be that good. Land, cantrip. Counterspell, Vapor Snag. Vapor Snag, probably not helpful right now. Counterspell seems like a good thing to have. Opponent on Mountain. So, play Island Pass. Can I redeem myself? We've played 2 Dimir Terrors and 2 Mono Reds. Mountain again. Well, I guess the other one was... So we only played red and blue this whole league. Kessig Flame Reader. I have to use a counterspell, I think. Another counterspell. So I can Preordain, trying to find a land off the top, or I just cycle the Lorien Revealed. We'll cycle. We have a dedicated land, and it also adds to the graveyard. It's like a lotus petal, sort of. Faithless Looting. Okay. I will... Do I counterspell? I guess not. I'm concerned that they're going to put the Snacker in the graveyard, then it's going to be a whole thing that I have to manage. I need to get creatures on the table pretty quickly here. Maybe the Deem Inferior is just like the worst possible plan. Because what am I really deeming? Things are super bad for me by the point I have the Deem Inferior, so maybe holding on to the Brainstorm Deem Inferior is like the wrong choice. So I think I just Brainstorm on their end step, Thought Scour away some stuff, and then try to find snacks, or try to find terrors. I'm interested also in playing the Dimir Snacker Terror, where it has 4 Snackers, abandoned attachments, and no other black cards. Okay, they play out a mountain. Next turn, they're going to try to get their Snacker back. Let's Brainstorm. Put back Deem Inferior and a Preordain, and then I will Thought Scour myself. Finding a Terror. There we go. Do I Brainstorm first? I don't think so. We'll just play the Tolarian Terror. So now I have to ride this guy to victory. Come on, Snaky Snake. They've got a Sneaky Snack, and I've got a Snaky Snake. If I were them, I would just flash back the looting. So the grab the prize here is best case scenario if it does resolve, but I think playing that was not the correct option because now I get a 2-for-1. 2-for-1. Maybe they have another Faithless Looting. That makes sense. Okay. All right. So they still get the Snacker back. I think I'm going to go to my turn. Snacker will return. I've got a 5/5. They've got 2 cards in hand. 1 card in hand now. Triple Lava Dart in the graveyard. Let's attempt to Brainstorm. So we want the Lorien Revealed so that I can have the mana. Put back Dispel and Ponder. And then Thought Scour ourselves. Finding an island. Get in for 5. Just going to counterspell their play this turn. And then slam a Lorien Revealed on my turn. Opponent gets in for 2. Maybe I should have put the island back because I ended up drawing another island. How was I to know? Faithless Looting. Let's go Counterspell. I could die if they have a Gutter Snipe, huh? Draw 3. Land. Sleep of the Dead. Get in for 5. I have run out of action. They have another Faithless Looting, so no Gutter Snipe this turn. Discards double Mountain. Plays an Epicure out. Find a Serpent. I'll play the Cryptic Serpent. Sleep of the Dead on the Epicure. Get rid of some spells. Play Island. Bastion for 5. So if they can't kill me on their next turn, I mean, I'll be at 15. That would be 3, 6, 9, and then Fire Blast. So if they have land, Gutter Snipe, and then Fire Blast, I die. Assuming they can't kill me this turn, I have lethal. It's going to casually. They're getting in, so that means they think they have lethal. Faithless Looting. Okay. I'll pretend I have a counterspell. Discards Grab the Prize, Sneaky Snack. Highway Robbery. Okay, it's over. They can't kill me from 15 with no Gutter Snipe on the table. I'm not sure why they attacked then. I guess, and then they sacrificed a land to draw cards. All right, we win the game. Maybe they were just looking a little bit to see what was going on. Okay, Hydroblast. I think we're upgrading the Dispels, the Deem Inferiors, maybe not the Sleep of the Dead. Paper Snag definitely can come out. Take out Deems and Dispels, and then the Deprive. So many answers. Only no's. This deck says no. Usually I would think that the Mono Blue Terror is favored in the red versus blue, but, you know, it also has to be a good pilot. All right. I think I keep. I have Answer, and Cantrips. When it leads on Mountain. We do have to play around a bunch of Pyros from their side, but our focus is on their card advantage. Caustic Flame Breather. Yeah, I'm going to blast it. Play Island and pass. Maybe they just threw away the Flame Breather so that they could go turn 2, grab the prize, plus Pyro. Another Flame Breather. I guess I try another Counterspell. It's great for me if they play into my spells because it allows me to use my mana. They go Relic. Relic happens. That is a thing. We have an Island. Let's Ponder. I'll just take Sentinel, Brainstorm, Counterspell. Play the Island. I think my goal is just to make land drops for a while and then try to outvalue them. I'm not going to worry about this Relic. Gets rid of a Ponder. Plotting a Robbery. My turn. Let's Brainstorm. We'll get rid of, put back Sleep of the Dead and Mental Note. Play the Island. That Highway Robbery is pretty annoying. They use the Relic to get rid of a spell. They have 3 cards in hand. Paying mana. Just going to Counterspell. They use a Pyroblast to protect it. Okay. Discards a Mountain. They have another land. They play a Flame Breather. They only have 1 card in hand. Thought Scour ourselves. They kind of have to crack the Relic now because I could flop down a Snake. They do crack the Relic. Alright. Do I think they have a Pyro? I'm going to Ponder. Try to find a Hydroblast. Blue Blast, Brainstorm, Preordain. So we're going to go top, top, top. No shuffle. Brainstorm. Let's put back Island and Preordain. Play a land. Go ahead and kill the Flame Breather. And then I will Ponder. Probably shuffling unless I see a Blue Blast. I guess I could just bottom the 2 islands here. Or just shuffle. It's almost the same. I guess bottoming the islands allows me to have another. So we're not going to shuffle. We'll play Preordain and bottom both islands, which gives me another spell in the graveyard. Bottom and bottom. We drew a Hydroblast. Grab the prize, discarding Faithless Looting. I go to 18. Okay. Then they're going to slam a Gutter Snipe, or they're going to flash back the looting. Flashes back the Faithless Looting. As long as they don't make a land drop, I think I just play out the Lorien. I should draw a land in the next 4 cards. That could have been an option of why I might have wanted to keep one of the islands that I saw on top. Discard Snacker Mountain. Plays a Mountain. Okay, we just have Blast for days, so we will sit on the blasts. They're passing it over. Okay, Ponder is pretty good. Really for land drops and snakes. I will not shuffle. And then just Thought Scour myself. Putting some, basically shuffling, but just making my graveyard more stocked up. Mental Note. Let's try Mental Note. We mill an island. We have triple Hydroblast now. I'm only down to 2 mana open, so they could start a fight and win it. But they're passing. So many Hydros in hand. I have 0 threats. I haven't seen a threat. They do have Snacker in the graveyard, so I cannot let a card draw resolve. They go to 7 mountains in play. They thought about holding it. All right, let's Brainstorm, see if we can find a land. All right, double land. We'll put Lorien and land on top. Play the land. I think next turn I make a land drop. Then the turn after that, I might just slam the Lorien. At some point, they're going to do something, right? Crazy. Send it over. They have 6 cards in hand. I have 4 answers in my hand. We'll use the Blue Blast. Pop. They played a Keswick. They have 5 mana available still. Grab the prize. I will definitely counter that. It was a nice bait, though. They'd have to have 2 more like a Pyro and then 2 Pyros. Like 3 Pyros in hand to get this to work. I have Hydro. They did not have more Pyros. So now I get to untap and plop down a Lorien Revealed. Okay, draw 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Play Island. Here's my first terror. We're finally on the table. It's turn 11 versus Mono Red. Plays Voldaren Epicure. I think this has to resolve. If they have a second Epicure, I might have to counterspell it. They discard a Lava Dart. I don't really want them to snack this turn. Plays Faithless Looting. I'm going to Hydroblast. Okay, fine. Faithless Looting resolves. They're only going to be able to keep one of the cards in their hand. Those sneaky, sneaky snackers. Oh, man. They have a Fiery Temper as well. I don't think... Oh, that was good value for them. All right. At 14. And then they pull out a Highway Robbery. My turn. Cryptic Serpent. I'm going to start with a Lorien. Double Serpent. We'll play out the Snake. And then attack. I'm really under the gun. I cannot let the Highway Robbery resolve. They're blocking. We don't have very many turns to live here. They only have 1 Lava Dart in the graveyard, but this is 4 a turn. I'm at 10. Plays Voldaren Epicure. Okay. I think I'm just going to YOLO a Thought Scour on myself. Thought Scour. Finding a Counterspell. Blue Blast went to the graveyard. We have another Terror. So Terror. Play Cryptic Serpent. I now have enough for lethal. So, 1, 2... I guess I just attack in for 11. I might win. That multi-terror draw there was pretty good. They block, go to 15. Faithless Looting from the graveyard. Okay. Not good. Definitely not good. Fiery Temper would be one of their best cards to draw with the Faithless Looting. They discard Mountain Faithless Looting. Maybe they cast the Faithless Looting again. They have to deal with my board. Are they going to attack? They send in. I'll go to 5. Casting Highway Robbery. Counterspell? The fact that they don't have any blockers, like how are they... They can't win now. Flashing back a Looting. They have Lava Dart in the graveyard. How do I lose here? If they have Fire Blast, that's 5 damage. So I have to just let this happen? The only way I think I can lose is if they have Fire Blast in hand. And they Fire Blast plus Lava Dart for 5. Then I have the Hydro Blast for the Fire Blast. We win the match. I'm very surprised. What I learned was that Mono Blue takes a lot of skill and planning, and maybe trying to do it without having a lot of experience playing the most complicated version of all cantrips. Maybe it was a little bit greedy of me to think I could make that happen. Let me know what you thought about my playing of Mono Blue Terror. If you do want sideboard guides, I'll just go ahead and give a plug to Luminati. For anybody that stuck it all the way through, hashtag still listening, you can find Luminati on Twitter and ping them for their guide. All right, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.